sake of it, I've taken the main vehicle, or like main mothership, of every faction I have, and I'm planning to pit them against each other. Oh, here it is. Right. Almost messed it up. So the main like battleship of each against each other. Let's see what happens. Oh. A bit finicky. Alright. Well, everyone's just tackling everyone else. Do watch out for the nukes. The nukes can be very devastating without a shield. Meanwhile, I'm just literally just tackling happening. Ults, etc. What's dynamic camera look like? Okay. I'm absolutely being bullied by the drones. This guy's getting chased by the said drones. They're actually different drones. If this cannon even remotely hits something, it's basically gone. Yeah. If this thing hits a single, like if it can hit you, it's game over instantly. It does appear that the drones are now fighting each other, so might be a fight. It does appear that the one which is watching. Yeah, that one's fine. Okay. Probably my strongest one. Ah, there it is. The one that's losing. It's the previous attempt at one. We have the nuke spam, never really particularly strong, but if it hits an unshielded target, will it remove said target? Anyways. For example, the nukes never hit. Especially with speedy creations, anyways. See, these rounds are devastating. But the other ones are more, you know, speedy, so, yeah. Oh, and it appears the bees just killed that, so now it's a one-on-one. It immediately shaved off half. I'd start running. Just out of drones completely. This is a fight you do not want to get stuck in. We'll see. Oh, it does appear the gun has taken absurd damage. Or not absurd, but like severe damage. So it's firing at a much weaker amount. Not like that's very noticeable, because, I mean, come on, but... Wait, really? I guess I must have hit the cab somehow. Where did the timer went? Let's see this. This is why drones are powerful, okay? You can just fire a ton of them, and if they even remotely get close to something else with even relative point defense, absolutely obliterated. Right here we have an absolute brawl going down between just laser and no, that's the farmer, which is something else. And that thing, which is alive, which I don't care about. But a ton of tiny drones, well, we had, because definitely has laser point defense. The shields are definitely working. And the outer shell is only for asteroid collision, but it's still doing a lot of work. Nice. But what happened to the bees? No, they just left, okay. Not a good day for them. They were tired. Didn't even want to get out of bed this morning. We have the nuke, but it doesn't even matter if it has a nuke. Because the bullets are so powerful, they just remove anything that touches it. Oh, but there's more nukes. Against unshielded targets, it can basically one-tap any block. That really matters with the amount of firepower this thing has. And it appears it's going to win again unless the bees come back. I think the bees are dead. That might be, no, that's not them. The bees are somewhere. How did that... Okay, they're running out of time, which is very unfair considering the fact that clearly one of them is going to win. I think it looks at total, like, damage output and like some other factors to determine it. But so far, every time this butter knife has failed has been because of the timer. So wait, round of 4-3. How does that work? It's an absolute swarm. Oh, whoa, the camera's bad in this. From, you know, the drones. Oh, there does appear to be the 2 drones left. Because, you know, drones are powerful. If you can't deal with the source, there's no point in fighting the others. No, but does not seem to be stopping them from going up and potentially wreaking havoc. All you need to do is line up your shots. Oh, well that's... there's really no point against that. Like, that is devastating. It does have the melees. What are you doing? Just... tackling something which you know you can definitely beat. Or not. Not very competent, that one. Well, that does appear to be the husk of the bees. So as long as this thing can just land its hits... run out of time. Okay. Options. There shouldn't be a limit. Oh, that would be chaotic. Well, why not make it interesting? It's a free-for-all. Out of advancing. Scoring is damage taken. Nice. No. We're gonna be scoring you guys based solely on the amount of, you know, wins you have. Or actually, if it's in kills, and if it's in kills, then clearly some. Yeah, some are definitely gonna win because they have more easy targets, anyways. This guy just wants to fight everything, but it appears its predecessor is trying to fight it. Amazing. Astonishing work here. Although they got attacked by the drones, which was a big flaw. Anyways, it does appear this is redirected. And the first ship... Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Anyways. Yeah, so we have the nuke spam, which is the only one without shields, therefore the easiest one to get. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, it is the only one without shields. Getting absolutely bullied. It does appear that the bees took some early damage. Okay. Meanwhile, over here we have an absolute just obliteration beam going off, along with another drone swarm. It's all about the drone swarms. If you can just get the drones and the distance, like, guaranteed win. Easy. This one appears to be performing the ability. What's the term? It's using advanced warfare tactics, as in backing up towards the enemy. Unlike the battle nerves, its core is in the center, not the back. But then again, that's where your engines are. Please. Yeah, it's a lot faster if it doesn't do that. What is your point? What are you trying to get across when you do this? I don't even think it knows. Good. Let's see. See, the bees, they can just swarm and knock down the shield slowly. Huh? Alright, I don't understand how that works. But never underestimate the bees. They may not look too strong. They just got... Never mind, they just got nuked out of existence, so they're not that strong. The nukes, again, 2 hits to knock down the bee shield. Devastating effects if it does. Nice. This poor guy is just getting bullied by a swarm of drones. From... Oh, the interceptor, who is currently trying to recover. However effective that's going to be. As you can see, they're just shooting drones if they can. Not going too well after getting hit by just a doom cannon. Point defense is easily keeping up with the drones, and so are the shields. So the really only one thing will happen. Oh, it got shot out. Yes, they actually do have an engine, but if you put a block, it stops it. Yeah, you have a second chance. It's not gonna keep you alive. It appears that 10,000 degree butter knife is now playing catch with its prey and bullying it. So as long as the nukes deal with the bees like that, very nice question for Collab, we already kind of know who the winner's going to be. Amazing work. Really, just putting the nuke anywhere means at least one of the opponents are just not going to make it for the first round. Anyways, we have an absolute drone swarm chasing this ship. Look, like, come on. The balance is not there. But also, I like your purple cannons. You're just outclassed. Okay. Very nice. Also, they have the weird diamond aesthetic with them, so that's interesting. But on the other side of the board, we have two ships brawling. It's pain to get, and it's dead. It only has one chance, and that's to hit an unshielded target with a nuke. Anyways, this person seems to about be at the end of their fate. Oh, I don't know who got the kill, but it appears one of them did. It could have been the drones easily, because their bullets are hard to see, but even with the swarm, as long as it doesn't matter. If you do enough damage, nothing matters here. As you can see, it was definitely the time making it unfair. I think. It's at round 4 of 3 again. I'm not sure if it's just gonna end. Yeah, the nukes have a lot of health, I will say, which could be pretty dangerous. As you can see here, it definitely took out a lot of the asteroid shield though, aka just the shield I have in place for when I accidentally ram an asteroid at a very high speed. I just slowed it down to see something explode, but it could have just been a swarm of drones. Never forget the bees, and they're absolutely... Never mind, forget the bees, because they just got removed. But the drones live on, which seem to be tormenting the wrong person for their actions. Not great. Their cannons mainly focus on, like, fire rate. Well, this cannon is also focused on fire rate, with a hint of absurd quantities of damage boosting. I mean, look at the shell, like, look at the projectiles it fires. Look, the one from the farmers, like, it does more damage. Like, there's literally no reason this is balanced. And that's not even its full potential, I don't think. Yeah, the front's been shaved off. Very nice. It just seems to be pain to get. And 10,000 degree butter knife, who I'm just going to assume are the two strongest individual factions. Again, pulling its advanced war tactics as backing up towards the target. I don't understand you. Oh, and by the way, yes, the nukes do have little pew-pew guns. They just don't hit anything if it can move remotely fast. Watch, it's just going to turn on its engines, and it's immediately safe. Because that's just kind of how this is. As you can see, Pain to Get is struggling very hard to get the nukes to land. Oh, but, ooh, it got 2 hits, causing surprisingly little damage. It must be those station shields which are keeping it alive. Again, they have access to infinite money right off the bat, so Pain to Get is in serious danger. So he's actually dragging on. So I'm pretty sure if the time just ran out, Pain to Get would get a win. But it appears 10,000 degree butter knife is just a few wins away from winning this whole thing. Paint-to-Get's really gonna have to pull it back. Or 10,000 Degree Butter Knife's gonna have to figure out how to pathfind correctly. Let's get some nice dynamic viewing going on so I can be lazy. As you can see, the nukes are slightly tormenting the 10,000 Degree Butter Knife, but it just doesn't even care. It can literally oh, never mind. I was about to say it can break dance around them, but accidentally boosted directly into it. If you just shoot at the nukes aren't going to be an issue. But it appears to have destroyed the nuke inside the chamber. That won't stop it. Okay. Again, just shoot at the nukes. It does kill the nukes. It's not going on the aggressive side, realizing its shields are a little low, but I don't think that's going to make a big difference, especially as it just gets nuked immediately. Twice. Anyways, nuclear option still proving to be one of the best weapons for agent hunting, besides whatever the 10,000 Degree Butter Knife is, which is a lot. Fun fact, it's only really usable with keyboard control, otherwise its main engines aren't going to turn off and you can't turn. An absolutely astonishing camera angle by the AI, by like the CPU, I don't know, by the computer. But getting dual nuked, tri-nuked, and the station shields are reluctant to break. Astonishing more. Basically out of engine power, but still very functional. Every nuke that blows up just makes it easier on it. Although it slowly will degrade the shields, it's going to have to think of a solution, and fast. Because those nukes will eventually start to tear it down. And a timer too. Don't forget there's a timer on all of this. And the arena is actually shrinking, as you can see. So it's really gonna have to work hard on this, because if not, they're just gonna be pushed together. And it's really anyone's game here. As I said, these are probably the two super forces. We have Paint-to-Get, which is the #1 agent hunter I have, and then the 10,000 Degree Butter Knife, which can literally just slice through an asteroid by just turning and firing the main weapon. Truly, an astonishing fight between two superpowers. Of course, Paint-to-Get, just swirling in confusion like it normally does, only knows one thing, and that's to fire a nuke at its target. Sadly, most of the agents it fights aren't shielded or extraordinarily dumb. 10,000 Degree Butter Knife is fast, has a lot of lasers, which doesn't make too much of a difference, and somehow some psychological inability to use its main weapon. No, Paint-to-Get did not win, but it would have been a permanent fight. It does appear the barrier did not open as much as it was supposed to, causing everyone to be in a very close proximity, really messing with the AI. Now, this is a fight I came here to see. We have the original Drone Swarmer with the advanced Drone Swarmer, whose shield is not turning off until just now. You can barely see the color difference between two of them. And for some reason the Butter Knife, pulling advanced, like, drifting techniques on the battlefield, it does appear that only the drones and the very overpowered lightsaber are the only things left in this circle. I'll say anything bad about this lightsaber, especially because it just removed the entire, like, it just removed the bees, but now it has all the drones. Ooh, wow. I did not see that coming. The shields are not resetting, so it just throws everyone together. Which basically removes the nuke immediately. Before it was their game, and now it's no one's really. Of course, Code Space Station Shield has just failed it after getting absolutely one-tapped by the very overpowered lightsaber. Meanwhile, most of the drone ships are just preferring the more, natural life. Although Paint-to-Get actually is still alive and has just been slapped. I'm very bad with naming things. Although Paint-to-Get is not dead. We have, not sure how to pronounce, a unnamed spaceship. As you can tell, this was definitely my first save. trying his drones, although the point defense is getting it. It does appear that the, overpowered lightsaber is what I'm gonna start to call it. Yeah. He's struggling and has dropped. It has no room to fire its main gun, and without the player control, it has failed to defend. Although the titanium armor, plus the occasional shielding, has proven to not be sufficient with Swarm. Everyone's thrown back to the blender for another attempt. It does not appear this shield around is going to increase in size. Just one round took out that shield. Astonishing. And yeah, they're already half dead. Oh, but the bees just swarmed and removed the enemy. And I've seen this fight many times before, and there's only one way this is ending. I think you can see by now. Yep. There we go. Whoa! I think the nuke was fired immediately there, causing substantial damage to all ships. It's being the only unshielded target, and its only real feature is it has a strong gun to go burn. Really not that impressive. Actually, it doesn't even go burr, it just goes pew. Not very good. The farmer perhaps, with its two cannons, about slightly less strength than that. Although there is a random stray nuke just chilling. Because the only two people are pain to get, and 1000-degree butter knife. Again. Although the nukes are causing substantial amounts of damage to the engines. And also slapping them. And they expect its #1 issue to be getting hit. But it does not appear that it's done the damage it needs to the gun, and the gun is in perfect condition. So really, if the shot lines up, we know who's winning. After this, I will switch to things to make it interesting again. And yes, I'm going to spread out the shields so, close range attackers can actually, have to work for it rather than just being pushed in close range. But it might be the point defense that actually saves the butter knife. Oh, but the main gun could just remove the enemy. But with 3 nukes almost going off at once, it's really anyone's game, and that's something. And it drove directly into a nuke. Very nice. Twice, actually. Very nice. Getting propelled by nukes. This is like Project Orion, except it wasn't even meant to happen. Making it very hard to line up a shot with the constant slapping. And here comes the triple blast, with what appears to be no kickback from its overpowered main engines. I don't know why I'm narrating this as if it was some sort of sport, but just throwing all of them into a blender and just seeing who wins is interesting. Although I do think Pain to Get is going to win, just due to time. Because these space station shields aren't actually breaking. Oh no. But somehow the shield has reset itself, allowing the proper room to maneuver for 10,000-degree butter knife. I have no clue why that happened. But if it can just line up a single shot, it's winning. Although it got like quadruple nuked out of existence. No border, I feel like it's gonna try on forever. So I'll make it a soft border. Resource item get. And we're gonna add a gravity well. There's not gonna be any asteroids, I just want to see them all panic. So now we're literally putting everyone in a blender. Have fun! This is just... Yes. As you can see, nothing's working correctly. There are bullets currently leaving the fight. Meanwhile, there's people coming ever so closer to the main star. You touch that, it's an instant death, basically. Ooh, but it does appear Pain it does appear the butter knife is forgetting how to maneuver. Just remember, kick on your engine, you're gonna slam to the outer wall. Yeah, just kind of like that. Nice. Oh wait, there's actually two brawling it out on the outside of the fight. I have no clue what's going on here. Neither does the AI, as in it's tracking things which are really off. And it seemingly forgot there was people on the outside. I'm just very interested in what's happening here. Hello? It appears the drones are spinning around the star at a truly ludicrous speed. If we just slow things down a bit here, you can see all the drones trapped around the star, praying that they don't crash. Meanwhile, it appears this interceptor, which we all know is a boat, is being pummeled by nukes. Wait a second, that implies something. Anyways, 10,000-degree butter knife is just out here chilling and completely ignoring the inner threat. Meanwhile, somehow, the crystalline is still alive. A bit of a janky rotation on Pain to Get, but you can see the nuke is absolutely struggling to maneuver. Yeah, no joke. It does appear that it's something detonated. It could have been one of the bajillion drones stuck in orbit. But it does appear that the interceptor is not lasting. Meanwhile, the people out here don't even know what they're doing. Really, the blunder is the only thing that's interesting right now. And in real time, it's just a mess. We have the water trying to maneuver in the gravity well. Meanwhile, it's getting absolutely destroyed by some ballistic shuriken with a giant lightsaber. I have no clue what we're watching here, folks. The names are just cracking me up. Anyways, the water. By the way, dihydrogen oxide is actually the scientific term for water, I'm pretty sure. Yes, because the crystalline always have sciencey names. It's interesting. It's there. And it does appear that the boat is dead. You move, you die there, folks. Anyways, it does appear that they're just stuck in a swirling vortex. Although their 10,000-degree butter knife is very capable of completely taking control of the gravity well, but it does not appear that it's the only one. The water also appears to be able to do it, although the water is very incapable compared to it, or at least in ranged damage. Fast projectiles, high fire rate, high damage from the knife, and the water is just a coward. Honestly, it could still win if it holds out for another 2 minutes and 22 seconds. I'm probably going to be uploading this, so if anyone wants to see more of this, do say. I can always make more ships to brawl. Just give me your ideas, or even send me your own if you're making it this far. You make a good ship, apparently I can import them. We can see how good yours is against an entire brawl, or request even a simple one-on-one. Trust me, Pain to Get is probably the last one you want to fight, because if you don't have shields, that's what it's meant to kill. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to turn on the auto and watch this amazing fight unfold at 4 times speed, so it's very hard to track. Actually, the kinetic death from the butter knife won, and now you just have this blender of chaos, where if you go to star, you basically lose, which does appear to be one of their strategies, although the knife has just decided to leave and realized it was not going to. Is it going to avoid the star? Easily. Or not. It just decided it wanted to... Okay. Apparently the star is a very tempting thing which no one knows how to avoid. It really could have just kept its engines on and flown to either side or just completely reversed its orbit. There's really no reason why it couldn't have. Now we're just left with the farmer, the nuke, and the bees, which are in a high orbit, which makes them especially challenging to stop. I don't know what's gonna happen here, folks. It's very chaotic, and this is very interesting. Although someone does appear to be trying to nuke the center. I don't know what you're aiming at, and I know the blender is very confusing, but we're going to speed this up because it's already been 30 minutes of recording. Come on, just... Camera, calm down. What do you... No one's won! And the round's almost over. Oh my goodness. It's just the bees and the water. Oh, and somehow pain to get. I don't know why they're still here. It's anyone's fight, really. Although the bees do appear to be spiraling into despair around the star, while the water watches on, probably mocking it from its windows, if it had any. Which I don't think anyone has any windows. This must be a very awkward fight between the AIs. No one can see each other, but they all know where they are. The water is just chilling in high orbit, while the bees deal with their main downfall, which is at least 1 meter per second worth of gravity. Earth has about 9 meters a second of gravity. So as you can tell, this thing in gravity is just not very effective. At normal speed, you can see in its spiral of death. If it can hold out for 13 seconds, it will win. But it does appear that its orbit is somewhat stable. It's trying to secure it, and it hit the sun. Just one more fight I did want to try. I will be speeding this up for the sake of logic. Also, you could add asteroids, which would be... that'd be an interesting thing. I don't know what the resources would be for it. Yeah. I'm not gonna try it in a slow zone. I will be speeding this up. I'm not watching this normally. Of course, the drones are going to be absurdly powerful because they can chase anyone down and provide complete safety from any conventional fire. Although, this lightsaber does appear to become more like a noodle than a lightsaber in a very weird way. I don't know whose game it is, but neither does the camera. Because there's someone out here just awkwardly watching dude get into the action. Oh, look at this fight. Amazing. If no one wants to see more, just ask. Because this is actually pretty fun to watch. I will need a steady supply of new ships, so if you wouldn't mind sacrificing it to the gladiator arena in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I mean, it's like there's literally nothing out here. Unless you want. Like, you can always just chuck some asteroids in for good measures. And looks like the farmer and the crystallite are gonna brawl, while perpetually getting shot at with nukes, because pain to get is just third partying, as it typically does. And we also have the bees just swarming with a truly unnecessary amount of drones, which, yeah. Anyways. 16 times speed because it actually makes it look possible. The drones seem to have way too much control in a slow zone. As you can see, they look like they're just driving around, as if it wasn't a slow zone. Of course, the bee drones are doing better because they don't have bullets, they use lasers. Lasers and drones are the two things you need. If you have both, like the bees, you're essentially unkillable. But it does appear the bees have a lifespan issue, which the other drones do not have. Although that doesn't even seem to bother them that much. And their standard shields are pretty good, so it's very interesting. And 10,000 degree butter knife is just still there. This might be too slow for the timer we have. You can actually see the drones are attempting to swarm and then being pulled to another player, like another opponent. Oh, and it does appear yeah, okay. I don't know how the weird one got a point, but yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. That is gonna be it for this sort of tournament barrage. You know, I'm just gonna upload this as my video. Why not? Next week I'll work with the other stuff, but hey, you know what? I think this was fairly interesting, fairly entertaining. And until the next one. yeah. Stay safe. Import. Friends unavailable. Server no friend agents. Sad. I want more to brawl. I want to see it just get obliterated. Nice.